Every day I search in spite of me. Every day I search for what I cannot see. Every day I search for you. Every day I search for the truth. Just can't help falling in love with you. More with everything you do. Speak and the mountains tremble with fear. And at the sound of your voice, I know you are near, be near to me. Every day I long deep inside of me. Every day I long for what's plain to see. Every day I long to be with you. Every day I long for the truth. Just can't help falling in love with you. More with everything you do. Speak and the mountains tremble with fear.
To a 1, 2.
The microphone is off. Now the microphone should be on.
Oh, hugs. Give me hugs.
Well, it's turning the microphone on right now on your end.
Hi.
Hello. No music now.
No. Okay, bye.
At 105. 102. Okay. That's why I wanted to hang out later. We're all together. Troubleshoot while you guys are chilling too. Hello and welcome to Church Online, brought to you by the Ecclesian House. We are now I'm double screening it. We are observing the 10 or less rule put in place by Governor Abbott. So we're hosting children's church at another location, and just our adults are at this location. And we're troubleshooting our new format that we're going to be using when our current gracious hosts move to Tennessee. And see, two can play at that game, Noobs. See that? So.
I look super fat. Move it now.
Yeah, I don't. When our gracious hosts move to Tennessee, and we're going to have to, meet more virtually and less in person. See, that's the problem. I look super fat too. Like, maybe we need to invest in a bro for like when I'm recording. I mean, I still look fat, but
That's okay. I have a nervous
You can
twitch.
put it on the shelf
So
and
my
turn
camera
around and
just
stuff
does
higher,
this.
yeah, your camera's no, we're good. Everybody knows I'm fat. That's all right.
If you put it up higher, it'd look better.
What? Well, when we're at home, and we do this setup, I can't have it up higher because I'll have my mount, and it kind of looks just above eye level.
You're right. I do look skinnier like this.
It's one of the tricks people use online, on social media to make themselves look skinnier. Right.
Tina, can you hold this for me so I can
So-
get the whole
You're
time?
funny. Put it in the thing and set it up.
So, how was everybody's week?
I'm tired of being at home.
He's tired of being quarantined at home. If you live in Dallas County, starting tonight, then you are asked to stay at home unless you work in an essential job. It's a step above what Governor Abbott has asked of all Texans. So if you live in Dallas County, keep track of that and make sure that you're following the health and safety advisements of your local governments.
Yes.
So if you are on Facebook, if you are on Twitch, if you are on YouTube, if you are on Periscope, then go ahead and shout out to us there in the chat and let us know you're here. I've got the chat thing pulled up right here. And Pastor Nooms here can reply on Twitch via our little console here. And then we can reply, any of those platforms that you're watching on. You can send us a live message and we can reply live and we can, connect. Personally connect instead of just virtually connect.
Yes.
Right. So, do I look as blurry on your screen as you look on my screen? Let me see your screen. I look great on your screen.
I look great on my screen.
You look blurry on my screen.
Well, maybe it's because your screen is your screen.
Maybe. But I look great on your screen.
Didn't you both look great when I was on Wi-Fi?
We both look great on Facebook? Thank you, Tina. I'm sad that you're moving. You're so flattering. So this week we talked about YOLO. YOLO! No, wait, that's Ricola. No, it's Ricola. Why are you making duck face at the camera, Nooms? Maybe giving you your half the screen was too much. Okay. So, you guys remember the YOLO stuff, right? Wow. So I found this SNL skit about the YOLO, the YOLO SNL skit song. But it was talking about you only live once, so you should live like... okay, so we're going to play a game.
I clicked something. I don't know.
All right, it's time to play a game. Tell everyone what you think Jonathan holding his drawing. Jonathan is supposed to be drawing something. It's a 5-letter word. Angel. Am I right?
Yeah.
You gotta tell it I'm right.
Oh, I thought it did.
Yay.
I'll get on and play with y'all.
No, you can't. The room is locked.
I'm gonna go onto live stream because it's just using the words.
8 letters.
It was an accident.
I don't know what this is.
Horse.
A minute or a minute and a half. So it'll be done soon.
Is that an alien spaceship or something? No. Okay, it's X'd out. You're gonna start over.
No, you can't. There's no erasing.
There's a restart button.
There is.
There's a clear button.
It looks like a table, but it's gotta have 8 letters.
Just pass it.
I don't have any controls over here, bro.
He can pass it.
Oh, I see. Does that say TV?
It has to be 8 letters.
Is it a bar? Like I see a beer on the thing there.
I'm like, I don't know, like.
And there's a check mark. Barstool?
Tip.
Barstool. Come on, really?
10. Well, it's 30 seconds left, and then the game's over. Pie. chart.
Beer
Cheese wheel.
Yeah, he can't turn the volume on.
Cake? Cheesecake.
Bars, yeah, good job.
You wrote the words cheesecake.
No.
I'm still way behind.
9, 8, road, highway,
Close enough.
street. Cheater. Hey, okay, there we go.
I don't know.
That was
This isn't
terrible.
working.
Sorry.
All right. So in our new format, there are some games so that in usage, that's supposed to be when we get stuck talking and we need an icebreaker, we can pull out a game, or we can just randomly time those to throw in, for having a heavy conversation. But this is Noobs' first time in the platform, so he's not quite sure what buttons to push and launched a game. But that's fine. That's no big deal. We're not sanctimonious.
I need a little holder stand because I shake.
He used a cup.
Mine's hooked into my Monster can, but now I can't drink my Monster. All right. Now you're upside down.
We're like a playing card.
We're like a play. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, not on your side. On my side, we're like a playing card.
We're the exact same. Oh, I see. Yeah. On his side, my bust is on his bust in the middle there instead of head to head, which is what you're seeing. You're not seeing his side.
Could you keep your bust to yourself, and I'll keep my bust to myself?
Then flip your phone over, and our bust will be separated. Okay. Why are you looking on my phone? You could just be watching on Facebook.
Facebook has a
Do
delay.
you want to come over here and sit next to me? I want you next to me so you can be on my camera. Come be next to me.
I'll come be next to you.
I don't want you next to me. I married her. Hi, Heather. Hi, Heather. Hi, Tina. Oh, she's mad at her husband for putting her on the camera. All right. So I had this video that I found from SNL, the short skit of the Lonely Island Plus. What was that guy's name? From the guy who played at the Super Bowl last year.
I don't remember.
I can't remember the name of
It's
the band
Lonely
that he's
Island.
in.
I know that.
So it's
I
Lonely
like
Island
that.
YOLO, right? And they're singing about you only live once, so be conservative and don't take risks and things like that. It's just the opposite of the actual YOLO craze. And I shared a 15-second snippet of it on TikTok, and they immediately switched my video to private and muted the audio. And I didn't want the same thing to happen to this broadcast. So I was going to play the video, but now I'm not going to play the video.
You're paused. No, you're back.
No. It got moved because Finnick was playing with it. All right. So you guys remember the YOLO thing, right? Did you ever do any YOLO stuff? Did you ever do something stupid and go YOLO?
I said YOLO ironically.
You said it ironically?
Yeah,
I'm sure you did say it ironically.
Yeah, because I was too old when the craze came out.
Oh, I see.
So it was like, YOLO, I'm sitting here on my couch.
You don't have any of yours in the fridge.
No, I like the purple.
I meant like of your others in the fridge.
It's about getting weirder. What's he say?
You put me on camera, man. It's not my fault.
No, it's yeah. It's much more interesting when I'm on the camera by myself. So more interesting than when I'm on the camera by myself. Is that what I said?
Yes.
That's what I meant to say. I'm going to stabilize my phone while I take the Monster out to take a drink of it.
You got jealous of my bang?
I've never been jealous of anything that you've... I'm not finishing the sentence.
He's insulting you two.
So, the problem with the YOLO craze is it's this focus...
I keep hearing yellow.
Yellow! That's my favorite color. The problem with the YOLO craze is it's this focus on earthly, temporary... we've been talking about focus a lot. Look at all the hand movements I'm doing over there. It's crazy. We've been talking about focus a lot. It's kind of been our hot button issue since the beginning of the year. Hot button? What's wrong with the word hot button? I saw like hot plates. It's our hot plate issue. I don't know. Nobody uses hot plates.
Stop.
We watched the movie Cool Runnings the other day. Do you remember Cool Runnings?
You dead man!
Yeah, man. So we watched Cool Runnings the other day. It was great. It was everything. How awesome. It was just as awesome as I remember it being, you know? And then I had totally forgotten. They get to Alberta, Canada, and they're in the hotel. And Senka's over there. He's got a hot plate. And he's cooking bananas. He's cooking plantains right there in the hotel room. And they're like, man, your bananas stink. That's such a good movie. Greg, you dead man?
Yep.
So
Yep.
me and Tina, we normally use that phrase.
Do you normally use the "Are
Yeah.
you dead man"?
Yeah.
We used to use that when I was a kid. Well, after the movie came out, we used to use that all the time.
Tina will come to me. She's like, "Are you dead?" You're like, "Yes."
And people used to say the thing like, "Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme," you know. Yeah, just a lot of good quotes from that movie.
You
And
Ricolas?
I have some old Ricolas that are miscolored because they've become oxidated.
You can keep your Ricolas.
Yeah, I got some good Ricolas out in the car, just not in the house. I only have the old Ricolas in the house.
It's a Corona.
It's not. It's Ricola.
Corona. Corona is the name of the business.
You hear him over here? You know that's one of the hot button words on YouTube that'll get your channel in trouble for saying?
Corona?
You can
Now?
get demonetized for saying Corona on YouTube.
Why?
No idea.
Because you're spreading panic.
Yeah.
That's okay. I was in Steam and I was looking at mods, and this one mod had this giant crossover. It was like, "This may be inappropriate. Please click this button to show over 18." And I'm like, "This is like Civ 6. Like there should be nothing that you could even possibly mod that would." And then I look and it says Germans and Adolf Hitler as the leader, and I went, "Someone reported Adolf Hitler just because it's Adolf Hitler."
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
I think it's funny how when we look at each other, we're both looking the same way on the screen.
Ooh, that's weird.
Like, we're both looking the same way when we look at each other.
Wait, look at
You ready?
each other.
We're both looking at that side of the screen.
That's interesting.
Even though we're looking at each other.
My camera's not flipped and your camera is flipped?
What do you mean your camera's not flipped?
This is my right.
This is my right.
See? That's why.
That is my right.
But that's my right.
Oh, I see. So the iPhone camera flips. I got you. It inverts? Or what? Not inverts, it flips. What did you do?
I was going into camera settings.
Jonathan Holding left the party.
I did not mean to leave the party. No, I'm still partying.
Oh, okay.
You're still partying?
And now you're gone again.
Oh. I guess if it doesn't have focus, it believes you've left. Interesting.
Or if it's not active, it pauses your thing, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into settings and look see if I can flip my camera so it makes sense.
Okay, well, go look inside and see if you can flip your camera.
You keep talking.
So we've been talking about focus. So, where is your focus? Is your focus on earthly temporary things or is it on eternal things? And then, I brought up Nathan Hale. You guys remember Nathan Hale? No, you don't. Just during the American Revolutionary War, he spied on the British for the American Revolutionary Forces, and then they hung him for it. And right before they hung him, his last words were, "I only regret that I have but one life to give for my country." And I remember in high school learning about Nathan Hale and thinking, moron? Yeah, I didn't think much beyond that. I just thought he was a moron.
Why?
But because he gave his life for, I don't know, a country that didn't exist yet, an idea of a country that might exist.
But that's the whole point.
It just seemed like a waste to me.
But if people like him hadn't, we would still be Britain.
Right. And, yeah. I'm not down with the rebellion of the colonies against the British. I think that was handled completely inappropriately.
I understand you have views on it.
I have views. They're multiplying. And I'm losing all control. So I saw the other day that Franklin Graham said, if Christians don't vote this year, we're going to lose our country. And I thought, You fearmonger. What the heck is wrong with you? You're supposed to be preaching the gospel, and you're out there fearmongering, telling people they need to go vote or we're going to lose our country.
Well, like Pastor Craig said today, you should be spreading hope, not.
It's true. You should be spreading hope, not fear.
Or faith. And other things.
You should be spreading faith, hope, and love. But not too much love, because I can't afford to go to that many baby showers in 9 months. With all this quarantining going on. You guys didn't see that joke on Facebook?
You were having connection issues now. I gave it permission to do what it asked, and now it has connection issues.
What did it ask to do?
Share my location.
Oh. I guess it couldn't handle you sharing your location. It was like, I can't handle where you are.
Nope. Nope. Are you enjoying the fact that I don't know how to use this particular... I can't tell it not to have permission now.
I'm just enjoying life. Right, you can't do that there. You have to go into your phone settings and give that permission.
I gave it permission from here.
Yeah, you can give it permission from there, but you can't take it away from there.
You stink.
Yeah, I told mine it didn't need to know where I was.
But then it has a warning message the whole time.
Oh, it doesn't do that on
Did I just leave accidentally?
I think you did, and I think you were the host.
How?
I don't know.
Is your hair extra shiny?
How is my hair extra shiny?
No, it asked me if I'm extra shiny.
Oh, why don't you come join me?
How do I
Hold
do
on,
that?
I gotta unlock my room. Okay, I'm unlocked. You click on...
You have to invite me.
Scroll up. Click on my name.
You didn't actually join.
Okay.
Now I'm joining.
And now I'll relock the room.
Sorry.
I pressed
What I didn't
know was the button. I stopped pressing buttons.
I do press all the buttons you want. It's good. Let's get it out now, and that way we're not, figuring out what the buttons do later. Did you remute yourself?
I don't know.
No.
No.
Now I did.
Okay.
And I turn it down to as low as I can, but I can't turn it down.
Why don't you unmute yourself? Because now there's a blue mute button over top of your face. And I just thought about the fact that everything that my screen sees is what the people are seeing.
Yeah.
So there's been a blue
I've been trying
microphone
to put it right in my
thing.
middle of my mouth the whole time while I'm talking.
Oh, you see it on your screen too?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So if I put it like right here, it's like, hey, what's up, y'all?
What's up, y'all? Ricola. I do too. All right.
Yes.
You can't handle outside.
I don't do well outside. Don't put me outside.
We'll send you on girls.
Being outside makes me outside.
So there's all these people that list all these works, all their works, as evidence of faith. But that's not how it works. That's not evidence of faith. Works is an outpouring of faith, but not necessarily evidence of faith. Right?
There's no trash can there.
Well, that's not trash. That's recycling.
No, but there's a thing.
And then we get to what I thought would be your favorite part of the whole podcast. Scuba lawn.
He's touching me even though we're supposed to be socially distant.
Oh. I'm sorry, Governor Abbott. I touched him. I confess to the touching of his shoulder.
That sounds like something. If you gotta apologize to the governor for doing something, you have done something inappropriate. I'm sorry, Governor Abbott. I touched him.
Oh.
He put me on camera. It's his fault, y'all. His fault.
Because you're pointing at yourself on my camera. You're pointing like this, and what I see is you pointing at yourself.
Yeah, it's still accurate. Oh man. At least we know once we're thousands of miles away from each other, it's still gonna be okay.
Well, I can't touch you then. Did you say you're glad? Because you're muted, so I don't know what you said.
Yes, that's what ooh, what is this?
Oh no.
So crazy, you don't know.
But it did something, and now the thingies are... Okay, there.
Now he's unmuted.
Excuse me.
What's that?
Oh, you have to have 3 people to play guac and chips.
Aw. I'll join.
No.
Play your
No.
walk and chips with you.
Wait.
Okay, so when there's stuff burning everywhere, oh man,
Fire.
and they're not very big.
Matches.
Matches.
Okay, why don't you skip that one because I don't know what to say.
Little fire.
Little fire.
Okay, so this is the place that we order stuff from, but it's also a rainforest.
Amazon.
Yes. This is a. I have no idea. Skip. This is that new game that Katie was like, does anybody have the new blah, blah, blah? Because I want to play with you. Well, I mean, close enough. You can count that because I guess she's your sister. So.
Yeah. She's playing with me.
Skip. I don't know who that is.
Don't either.
This is when you feel amorous for someone, but it's not intelligent. And it's just
Crazy
no,
love?
and it's by not a man who is okay. There you go. It was Stupid Love.
Not a man.
Not a man.
Lady Gaga is not a man.
Lady is a lady.
Lady, not a man. Lady, Gregory Kelso. What's wrong with calling not a man? Oh my! Oh, I have to draw. Oh, okay.
It's got a lot of
It's got a lot of
letters.
letters.
What do you got for me?
What do you got for me?
It's a toilet.
It's a toilet.
It's a gun.
It's a gun.
It's a car.
It's a car.
Truck. Police car.
It's a police car?
It's a police car?
Ambulance car?
Ambulance car?
Oh my gosh.
The Alamo.
The Alamo.
Bones.
Bones.
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Unless you get 2 points.
Unless you get 2 points for that. It's crazy.
Gloves.
Glove.
Ring.
Ring.
Fingernail.
Fingernail.
Fingernail clippers.
Fingernail clipper.
Fingernail polish.
Fingernail polish.
I didn't. It was manicure.
Potato.
Potato.
Couch.
Couch.
Razor.
Razor.
This is a little long.
This is a long.
I love you too.
I love you
Railroad
too.
tracks.
Railroad track.
Fire truck. Fire truck.
He said it. I'm gonna kill it.
Duck. Octopus.
Close.
Horse.
Horse.
How is that close to octopus?
Squid.
Squid.
This is a concept.
The concept.
Love.
Love.
Marriage.
Marriage.
Sanctity. Explosion. It's a concept.
The concept.
Grass.
Drake.
Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
Dead
Plant.
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 Game over.
The last one was fountain.
Fountain.
Why does this look different all of a sudden?
Because somebody made a comment.
Where?
Where?
Right there. It says double audio.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, I told
Yeah,
you.
mute your camera.
I told you. Ooh, I was right. Ooh, I was right.
Why is his screen just black?
I don't know why his screen's black.
Whose screen is black?
Your screen is black?
What's that?
I don't know, man. It's okay.
Your camera's not actually
No,
transmitting.
it's transmitting. That's all that matters. Okay. So who else has anything to say about YOLO? What do you got, Tina?
YOLO.
About YOLO.
Well, I gave you an in for
Stop it. Nothing.
Scubalon, but you didn't take it.
I didn't take scuba on. No, I left it alone. Why would it be my favorite part of the podcast, William?
Because it's an invective. It's a Greek expletive.
I know, it's true.
That's your forte, bro.
It is.
Expletives.
I'm good at it. I just find it funny that there's a curse word in the Bible.
Well, that's how strongly he felt about, like all of these works that I've been doing to try to garner praise for myself, to try to prove to God that I'm worthy, to try to prove to other people that I'm worthy.
Horse badaki.
It's all horse badonky?
Badaki.
Badaki.
Badaki. No, that's a different word.
I didn't say the other word. You almost got me to say the other word.
Oh man, Pastor Wilson.
Wow.
On the stream. That would have been great. I would have went back and edited it and just had him saying it over and over again.
You would have made a ringtone on your phone. And when I call you, just be that looped.
Wait, what?
I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna say the word.
It's an Asian word. Leave it at that.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to?
Japanese.
Both of the ladies who normally read scriptures for us have left the room.
They hate us.
Who wants to read 2 Corinthians 5, chapter 10?
Tina does.
Chapter 5, verse 10.
Why?
Tina does.
No.
I don't read out loud.
Tina doesn't want to.
I don't like reading out loud.
I don't read out loud.
As if you don't hear my voice enough.
James wants to. See, he shrugged. That's a yes in James language.
Is that a yes?
Sure.
If you do it bad, I'm going to do it again.
Alright.
And the camera's pointed at you, so no pressure.
I turned it off.
No, put the camera
I
at
turned it back,
him.
dude.
Corinthians what?
You missed him spitting his chew.
That's why I turned it off first.
Well, okay. We do not... Okay, we're not Moses. We don't walk around with veils on our heads trying to be perfect.
We do not, but there are certain guidelines in certain community streaming services that you shouldn't be doing certain things, and you can get in trouble for them.
5-1.
And I don't know if that's one of them.
Oh, okay.
Like, you can't light a cigarette on Twitch.
We're not on Twitch. Oh, yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
I was thinking TikTok. We're not on... Oh, sorry. 5:10.
He's just sitting there like, wait, what is my supposed to be doing here?
For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each may be repaid for what he has done in the body, whether good or evil.
Right. So when we're at the judgment, we're going to get repaid for what we did on earth. Whether we did good or whether we did bad, we're going to get repaid for that. And then when we go to Revelations chapter 4,
Oh.
You read verses 9 through 11 for us, Tina?
What chapter?
4, 9 through 11.
And every living creatures give glory, honor, and thanks to the one seated on the throne, the one who lives forever and ever. The 24 elders fall down before the one seated on the throne and worship the one who lives forever and ever. They cast their crowns before the throne and say, Our Lord and God, you are worthy to receive glory and honor and power because you have created all things, and by your will they exist and were created.
Right. So there's these elders in heaven, and as an act of worship, they throw their crowns before God. And there's never a scripture that says that the rewards that we receive at the judgment will then throw them before Christ. We'll throw them at, the feet of the Lord. But there is this correlation between the theological belief that because the elders do it, we'll follow in their example and we'll also throw our rewards at the feet of Jesus. This is why I asked in the podcast, do you really want to go to the judgment with nothing but crap in your hands to throw at the feet of Jesus?
I don't think you would throw the crap at the feet of Jesus.
You wouldn't fling poo at Jesus?
Monkeys would.
No, you wouldn't fling poo?
No.
But if all that you're doing here on earth is what Paul calls scubalon, and you're going to receive rewards for the scubalon that you're doing, what do you think that reward? Why are you frowning at me?
Scubalon.
Scubalon is shit.
It's sto high in transit. It's the Greek equivalent of poo. The invective for poo.
Poo-poo.
We gotta make sure
Invective.
you remember it.
Would nobody knows the word invective?
Poo-poo.
Expletive. A cuss. A swear.
One of my favorite words. I love that
A
word.
dirty word.
I love that word. It's a great word.
The kind of word you don't want your mama to know you say.
My mom knows I say it.
You don't know what word.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was raised different than
which
you
word
two.
you're talking about. That word or
She
scubalon?
doesn't like that I say it, but she knows what I say it.
They're equivalent. They're equivalent words. Which one's in Greek and one's in English.
That's why you should always curse in foreign languages. Who broke the pastor?
Every English word is borrowed from another language.
Yep. So just frack it all.
So just frack it all.
Frack.
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 I watch Battlestar Galactica. It's frack.
We both have Irish descent. Haven't you seen that TikTok I sent? Everyone's
Frick.
got Irish in it.
I don't know. I've got more Italian and German in me apparently than I do Irish.
I really want to. I want to get tested. I want to get that thing.
You should totally get tested. It's going to tell you that you're German.
In English.
In English. And you're going to be like, I paid $99 for this?
No, what's going to be funny is when it doesn't tell me 25% English because no one's 100%. So the person who, I classify as, English because she's from England isn't 100%.
Right.
So it wouldn't be 25. It's going to be some other smaller number.
Yeah. I'm like, what did it say? 47% German? Who knew? Not I. All right, so I don't know why I wrote down Philippians 3, but I did it for a reason. Philippians 3.
Because Schwartz said Philippines 3. I was like, are you making new books? Like, you need to stop. Philippines 3. Dude, I'm sorry. This quarantine's got me messed up.
Philippines, that falls right after hesitations and
Yeah.
right before enunciations.
Exactly.
It's hesitations, Philippines, enunciations.
I love you.
All right, I wrote down Philippians 3, 10 through 11. Oh, yeah.
Say hi, camera.
My goal is to know him and the power of his resurrection, and the fellowship of his sufferings, being conformed to his death, assuming that I will somehow reach the resurrection from among the dead. So we get to this point where we're like, okay, well, I'm supposed to serve the church, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that. But I got to make sure my focus is right, and how do I know that I'm doing the right thing, and how do I know I have the right focus, and how do I know that I'm pleasing the Lord, and well, first off, you got to get out of your head, and then you need to do what Paul had to do, and just set his goal to where the focus was to know God, to know the power of his resurrection, and to fellowship with him in his sufferings, being conformed to his death, and assuming that somehow we will reach the resurrection from the dead. Which is an interesting statement for Paul to make when a lot of people are like, Paul believes when you die, you instantly go to heaven. And he's like, I'm just trying to get to the resurrection. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying to get to 2 Thessalonians when the Lord comes back and we're resurrected from the dead. That's where Paul's trying to go.
I'm going to warm them up.
I like this button. So that's all the notes I had for this week. So
I like the fact that when you started reading, he looked at you and crossed his legs like, And then used me as a couch to kind of lean back and be like, I'm listening to
Yeah, I'm listening to my dad read, and it's good. Get. Hi, Finnick. Don't look at me. Look on the screen. Look over there. Oh, you can't see me.
I don't know why.
Maybe leave the room and come back in. I don't
know.
You have to unlock it.
I don't know. It's fine.
No, earlier he left the room, and because he had already been in the room, he could come back in, I think.
I don't know. I'm not worried about it. It's not a big deal. You getting CPs? You're doing the head lean.
Yeah, he is.
It's okay.
Right, so the chat lines are still... Chat lines. The chat's still running, so if anybody has any questions... Why are you looking at me that way? I'm talking to you. I can see you on my camera looking at me funny. So if you want to chat in and ask questions or make comments or anything like that, we'd love to have... from all... Never mind, you left. So from the all one of you that's watching, but then you left, so.
Both of you is watching right now. I mean, one of you, but my brain hurts. Is it nap time? Can we have nap time now?
Can you have nap time now?
I like still live stream it. It's so hard to have a group nap time.
Let's have a group nap time.
There is. I have seen people actually stream
Nap
them
time?
being asleep.
Really?
That's the overnight TikTok thing. And they stream all night, but they felt like...
Well, they've been doing it since before TikTok, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they just stream themselves sleeping.
Because that's not creepy.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Right. Because what kind of creepers are going to watch you sleep? That's all I'm saying. That's attracting the wrong kind of followers.
It really is. That's really attracting the wrong kind of followers.
Okay. There you go.
Sleepies?
I'm sleepies. Too bad.
That's a belly.
Say hello.
You see Uncle Nims? You see Finnick?
Finnick came and talked to me on Discord the other day.
Did you talk to Uncle Nims on Discord the other day?
Because the girls were talking on Discord, and then I heard Finnick, and I was like, ooh, I want to talk to Finnick. And so then here comes Finnick. And
His colon's testifying. Praise the Lord, he says.
He farted on Daddy. Thank you for going over there to do that. Yeah, I love you. Because Uncle News would have went, here, somebody take him.
Anyway, so you were in Discord?
And he was talking to the girls in there, and I heard him talking to the girls, and I was like, he could see if he wants to talk to me. And he did the whole thing where he did when he just saw himself. He gets real excited, and he's like, oh my gosh, I can see your face. And we talked for a minute, and then he got bored and walked away, so it was okay.
I'm surprised he's so calm right now with all the devices going. You normally get super psyched when there's a camera on.
He's getting more mellow about it.
No.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Team music.
Somebody praise Jesus. He is our Lord and Savior. No?
I mean...
Somebody, you're like, no. No, don't praise Jesus. Somebody praise Jesus. He is our Lord and Savior. Somebody praise Jesus. He is our Lord and Savior. And Tina's like, no.
She heard the beat and assumed.
You thought I was singing the other thing?
Yes.
Well, that's what ends up being stuck in your head is the other one.
Somebody come get her.
That one, yeah, nope.
Somebody make waffles. It is a good breakfast.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Would you like to say it one more time just for shits and giggles?
Yes.
I don't mind quarantine as long as I have bacon. What'd you just do? Your camera angle changed.
My camera angle changed.
You were like zoomed in some, and then you touched your screen, and you weren't zoomed in as much anymore.
What?
What are you changing over there?
Oh, Oh.
What?
So this does the front camera.
Uh huh.
This does the here camera. And here does the here camera, but slightly farther away.
Yeah. Mine just does the here camera and the here camera. The cam and the me cam. Which you can't see either, apparently. I don't know what's going on with your house party right now.
I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I can see this. Boom.
Let me join so I can see if he's doing the same thing for me.
Gregory's so funny, always trying to join our house. Oh boy, okay, we're playing a game.
It's the movie, but not the first one, but the second one is real cold.
Frozen.
But the second one.
2.
Yep.
The second one.
This is one of the bad guys in Flash. One of the main bad guys in Flash.
The Reverse Flash.
No. When he runs really fast.
The Reverse
The
Flash.
Reverse Flash.
No, but not him. Or as I just said, not him.
Saboteur.
Zoom.
Yep.
And so many bad speedsters.
This is the guy who played the Joker that I love and everyone else hated.
Joaquin Phoenix.
No,
Heath
no.
Ledger.
No.
Hey.
Suicide Squad.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Couldn't remember his name.
He's my favorite Joker. I like that.
This is the chick from before who twerks too much.
Miley Cyrus.
This is the thing I have that you don't have.
Google Hangout.
Yeah, good job.
Gout. So I was talking. This lady got on Facebook the other day this lady got on Facebook in a Wise County chat room, and she was like, "I need people to work from home, blah blah blah, doing medical processing, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Hey, cool, I can work from home." And she was like, "That's great. Do you have Google Hangouts? Because you're gonna need Google Hangouts to talk to my supervisor about that." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a scam. I'm out." Because that's the kind of people that use Google Hangout.
I mean, that's your opinion. As an iPhone user, you can be wrong. It's okay. You've proven it. You're
It has
playing around
nothing.
iPhone.
It has nothing to do with iPhone or Android. It has everything to do with scammers use Google Hangout. All these old people that are sending money, hand over fist out. It's all through Google Hangout. They all have all these people that are talking to a Google Hangout. They're like, "Send me money, sweetheart, because we're gonna get married." It's all happening on Google Hangout.
Google Hangouts I love it because all I gotta do is open a web browser and have a chat client, as opposed to.
Just using the text messaging on your phone.
So then I have to pick up my phone. I can't be working in a meeting.
Yep.
Oh.
If I'm sitting in a meeting and I've got clients around me, right? Not on either side, of course, but across from me, or I'm on a video call, I can't pick up my phone and respond to my wife. But if a little thing pops up in the corner of the screen, I type something real quick. No one knows what it is. I could be taking meeting notes. I could be actually working. I could be. So that's why we use it. It's so much easier when you're in an office.
Okay.
Yep. And I've got 2 of them. Well, I've got multiple of them, but my new laptop, I don't have. Nothing has access to any of the new stuff. They have Holding.Jonathan.
Heather went to Holding.Jonathan apparently.
Where did Heather go?
I have nothing against Google products. I have a Gmail. I use Drive. Google Drive.
Meh.
Our podcast is on Google Play. What? You're listening? I mean, this isn't that thing where I'm like, yeah, I've got a black friend. I don't have anything to prove.
It is.
It's really not.
Yeah, it is.
I only mentioned that because I was listening to Michael Jr. the other day, and he's like, now I just want to let you white people know a little secret. When you meet a black person, you're not required to let us know you have a black friend. It's okay. We don't need to know that. It's okay. Just going to let you off the hook.
It is true. White people do that.
We do. We meet a gay person or a black person or a Hispanic, anything that looks different or acts different than we do, and we're like, just so you know, I'm okay with you.
If you start talking about something like LGBT rights,
Yeah.
you start talking about it, you're like, I've got a lot of friends in the LGBT community. I don't need to start the conversation like
Nope.
that.
Uh-uh.
It needs to start, I'm not an asshole.
Right.
And I believe you should have equal rights. But, no, for some reason it always starts with...
I believe everyone already has equal rights, but I think people have lacked the compassion to exercise that on behalf of other people. So, like, it already exists, but then people have tried to limit it.
Yeah, and so
You
then
know?
the government has to come in and
Yeah.
mandate it because...
Right. But the equal rights inherently already exist and legally already exist, but morons come in and...
Okay. I was like, I don't know where you're going, but I disagree wholeheartedly. Oh, okay.
Yeah, morons come in and muddy things up, and then we have to go, well, wait a second, you're marginalizing these people that already have the equal rights, but you're screwing everything up. So,
And it's ridiculous the government should have to step in to protect people. Humans should be protecting each other all.
absolutely.
Already. It shouldn't be the government having to say, women should be allowed to do things. A gay person should be allowed to, it shouldn't,
Yeah.
it shouldn't,
Yeah, that shouldn't be
it's
happening.
just, it should be cut and dry.
Yeah. So anyway, it's 7:20 here where we are. We're 10 minutes out from when we... Don't choke on Cheez-Its, bro. We're 10 minutes out from when we normally end things, but see, I just don't like that you can see all that side belly, and actually, that's not so bad. It's kind
No, hoist it up.
of hoist it up. Please stop putting me on the camera.
No. You start rubbing it, we done.
So now we're 9 minutes out from where we normally end, and there's... Why are we laughing? What happened? Did you show your belly?
No.
I'm laughing at you, bro.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because you're counting it down.
So now we're 9 minutes out from when we normally end, but we're going to go ahead and wrap it up with what I've been trying to say, but I keep getting interrupted by... Oh, look at that profile. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. So go listen to the new podcast. It's something.
Something.
What is it? Oh, content. Go listen to the podcast. It's content. It came out at 7, I think. And the video version will drop where you're watching this video right now. It will drop live at 8 o'clock CST. What are you waving your hand for? Maybe it might drop?
Internet's been all kinds of crazy this week.
Oh, okay. Well, it's already uploaded and ready to go and queued. All it's got to do is push it out. So, just come back here at 8 o'clock. Not that anybody's really watching right now, but that's fine. So, have a great week, and until next time.
Bye!
Bye.